Hey everybody, Cooking with the Fat Guy, Big Poppa Harold, coming at you tonight. Tonight we're doing something cool, something awesome I found on Facebook. Malone Razz-Ma-Tazz. Alright, let's get to it. So, I was cruising over Facebook, checking out all kinds of tasty and delish videos, because those are awesome, right? There's always good food out there. And I ran across a friend of mine's page, and she was making this awesome dessert, and she had posted a picture of it. And I was like, girl, you gotta tell me what that is. So she said, it's this raspberry dessert that we make, my family's always made this. And I was like, you gotta give me the instructions and I'll throw this out there. So, for you, Sid, we're taking care of business tonight. So I've already I got a, just like she did, I did a Pillsbury pie crust, and I've already pre-baked this, so this is already pre-cooked and done. So I'm going to set that to the side. I poked some holes in it, obviously, just for to get the crust a little open, so whenever it's baking, it doesn't like break apart or something. I don't know. People always poke holes in it, right? I don't know why. Whatever. So we got raspberries. Oh, and lest I forget, I got the Dark Knight with me tonight. That's my boy, YouTube and Xbox. He's out there, people, find him. So, we've got raspberries, and I'm actually using 12 ounces. Now, this is almost 2 cups. This is like a cup and a cup and 3/4. And he is going to take care of this for me. So, pour that in there. There you go.
Expect it to be so light.
It's all good. Okay, so we got that in. And it should be rocking and rolling. What I'll do is check that. There's nothing in there. We're good. I'm not going to turn on the heat yet, but I am going to spread this out and get it kind of mixed around on the bottom. Okay, now we're going to take 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of starch. And he's just going to put that right on top. Alright, so we got our ingredients added. I'm going to kick the flame on this bad boy, and we're going to take this, I'm going to put this to a high because I want to get this done quick. And all we're going to do, as soon as he's done over there, I'm going to have him stir this for me, and I'm just going to have him continually stir. Now, good old Sid Justice told me to bring this to a boil and stir it and keep it rolling. So I'm going to have him just do it in some easy stirring, just some counterclockwise, just to keep that moving a little bit. This is looking good. It's got a nice texture, almost like a paste, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Again, this is the first time I've ever made something like this, so it's thickened up just a little bit, and it's just got a really nice look to it, a nice texture. So I think I'm going to use this. I'll bring my pie pan over here, and we'll pour that on. Alright, so I've let this cool down for about 5 to 7 minutes. This has got a nice texture to it, and it's still pretty warm. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour this into my pie crust. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this kind of self-level, and then once I've got everything in there, if I need to, I'll spread it out and do a little more. So far, I am super thrilled with this recipe. Just the smell of cooking raspberries. Oh, that is unbelievably good. Made this whole kitchen smell great. Got that. Take this, and I'm just going to kind of spread this as I can here. This pie crust bubbled a little on me, but that doesn't look half bad. So I'm going to take this now. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to chill this. I think I'm going to leave it in for about an hour and see how it turns out, and we'll go from there. So I've got a ½ cup of heavy whipping cream here, and I'm going to take my beaters here and I'm going to whip this until this is looking good, and we'll set this aside and we'll work on the rest. Alright, so I've worked this into a frenzy, and now here's how you can tell that you've got your heavy whipping cream where you need it to be. So I'm pulling this out, and as you saw when I put this in, this was just a pretty thicker liquid, but now we got this beat to where it kind of peaks when I pull that out. So as you can see, this is a lot thicker now. So we got that. Alright, so I'm going to also now mix in 1 package of softened cream cheese that I've just kind of let get warm at room temperature so it can get soft enough. A 1/3 cup of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to beat this well. And then we're also, after this is good and mixed, I'm going to add in the whipped cream and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to pull my heavy whipped cream into this. We'll get this all mixed in here. Put all of that in. I'm going to use a spatula instead of ruining it with the mixer. So I think this will be better to fold that in with. Get that out of the way. Alright, so we're going to take this. Got this nice and mixed up. Got my pie right here. So we're going to take, and we're just going to kind of layer this out. Now I'm going to try to spread this without ruining the actual raspberry pie underneath. Man, that looks really good. So I think I'm going to take this. I'm going to leave these spots that are open. I'm not real worried about that. And I'm going to put this in the freezer, or in the fridge actually, and I'm going to let this chill for a couple of hours. And then I'm going to take, and the next step will be semi-sweet baking chocolate. So I'm going to use some semi-sweet chocolate chips and get those melted, and we'll get this on top, and that'll be next. Okay, so I've already taken the time to melt. I used about 2 ounces of chocolate chips, probably a few more, because it's me, and 3 tablespoons of butter. So I've mixed that up, put that in here, and then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to layer it over the top of this. So we'll see how this turns out. Again, I've never done this, so here is what could possibly go wrong, right? It's chocolate. Ooh, that looks so good. It smells delicious. I think what I'm going to do is spread this out. I'm going to take this wonderful spoon. Oof, man, that looks awesome. And I'm going to actually, let's see here, get that out. Get that layered on here. Looks good, looks good. Okay, so it's smoothed out really well. I got another one on ice right now, and I think I'm going to use a little bit more chocolate. Not much, but just a little bit. Here's how this turned out. That layer of chocolate just looks amazing. Smells good. So we're going to throw this on ice for a little bit. I'm going to throw it in the fridge. Give it 2 or 3 hours to set. We'll see what it looks like. Alright people, so this is all done. We cut into this. It looks absolutely amazing. By far the best dessert I've ever made. I'm not even joking. So let's look at this bad boy. So you've got a good solid layer of raspberry there. You've got a good layer of like a whipped cream cheese topping, and then you've got a nice hard layer of chocolate on top of this. And this came out perfect. And I'm telling you what, the tartness that you get from the raspberry is offset by the chocolate and the cream, and this is to die for, people. Malone, the best dessert. The only thing I can think of is maybe Ryan McCaslin could come up with something better. He seems to think he can. I don't know, maybe he can hook me up. He's got to hook me up with some awesome desserts. Anyways, you guys have a good night. I'm going to enjoy this lovely piece of pie. Oh my goodness, amazing. The Malone Razz-Ma-Tazz, ladies and gentlemen. Hey everybody, thanks for watching today. Be sure to smack that subscribe button so that you can catch up on future videos.